actually a small part of it. It's us as elder statesmen in hip hop and being great MCs. Also making sure we book venues ourselves and start doing things on our own accord. So just not the talent for us. It's also more making sure we throw the event. On top of that, we have some of the greatest cannabis brands in the United States unified on that day. If you look at the flyer, you see a lot of brands that you wouldn't usually see on the flyer with each other. So it's more about unity, having a good time, and not just doing the back-to-back songs. We'll be performing back-to-back. So he'll come out, I'll come out, he'll come out, I'll come out, and we'll be on the stage together. You'll get to enjoy it as that. But more so, I would say we're actually, I'm especially proud that we're just being smarter and throwing events on our own and being able to unify people and give the fans a great experience and have a great time. So as far as the show, we always fuck it up. We always do what we got to do, to be honest with you. But to actually throw the event, us be throwing the event, and to get all of these brands to come support what we're doing, and especially since it's legalized here on the East now, to get so many great cannabis brands from the West understand what we're doing over here and want to be part of what we're doing and be able to expand our reach is really what's the important part of the night. And for the fans to be able to experience all of these great cannabis brands while watching true New Yorkers do true New York shit is where the value of the night comes in, and just the unity and the good time of it. I was able to I did the first one by myself, which was pretty amazing, but now it's even grander and even bigger. My brother's out there with me, and we're doing it together, and just to be able to kick off things on your own and rock out and give the fans a good time is the dope part.
Feel like the business has changed, is different, it's not that much. You know, you gotta add some other things to your brand or the way you release music, or you know what I mean, just make it more exciting for yourself and the consumer. But I still like it. I'm still in it. You know what I mean? Music is just like a stepping stone for you to, you know, conquer your dreams, but also open up some other avenues.
Along the line, like hip hop kind of lost its way. Like when I listen to Lox, when I listen to Mobb Deep, Capone, and Noriega, you know, the content is aggressive, but it's still kind of connotated to hip hop. You know, like you guys are killing the tracks, killing MCs, or, you know, killing whack, you know, people who ain't got no business. You know, you guys are the Avengers, so to speak.
I believe it's, when you mentioned earlier, we did make a lot of music in that field that always has been made. What I feel the disconnect happens is no one ever holds the program directors or the radio or the record labels in the same regard. Like, you see, that's why I asked you when you said we. So we tend to, I can't just blame drill rappers. I get where you're going, what's gonna happen. Where's the disconnect? The disconnect is in the radio and the record labels not being concerned in the balance and microwaving young fellas. When you mentioned we were out, you still had an abundance of Talib Kweli's, Pharoah Monch's, Black Thought's, Common. Before that, doing Cool G, you still had Tribe Called Quest, you still have Public Enemy. So there's always been a balance. Now you still have Kendrick and you still have J. Cole, but on a high scale, the radios and the record labels don't fuck with backpack music like that, pardon my French, and they don't fuck with conscious music like that. And then we as a people wonder how it got to this point, because the people with money that's in control like pushing a narrative that they're pushing. That does have a lot to do with us, but that has a lot to do with them also. So we have to watch and be careful when we're pointing the finger and making people responsible. We kind of missed the direction of talking about the record execs and the record labels and the radio and the people who play the songs. They don't have to play the same 12. Like, the drill rapper didn't make it to get his drill song on the radio. It took a bunch of other people to get that drill song on the radio and to get it on the radio playing over and over and over, whether it's drill or whatever content, hardcore content. They didn't have the capability of getting it spun that much, is what I'm trying to explain. So I think we get lost on where to exactly point the finger. Do we have our own responsibility as a community? Do we have our own responsibility as a people to go, okay, we do this, we don't do that? Yes, we do. But at the same time, we have to hold these corporations, these radio execs, these record labels accountable as we're holding the dude that's making the music. Because that dude making the music, who's coming from the project or whatever city he's coming from or doing whatever he does, doesn't have the power, but people often don't look at the whole circle. They just pinpoint who they think is the fuck up, blame him for it without really If you're coming from the hood and you're coming from a rough neighborhood and that's what the neighborhood's talking about, and you now have a chance to feed your family from doing that, of course he's going to do that. But it is as us as elder statesmen in the game, the record execs as people who should be responsible for what society's hearing, for all of us to pitch in and